Hi guys, and welcome to this week's newsletter. This week we're going out on the golf course, viewing holes 4 through to 6, plus any little improvements that have been made to the golf course in the last 7 days. The greenkeepers have been doing a huge amount of work, and it is looking fantastic out there. Sorry to rub it in, but when you do get back, it is going to be very, very enjoyable indeed. If you've got anything we can help you with further, if there's anything we'd like to line up for when we do come back, which I don't know, hopefully at least in some way onto the golf course relatively soon. You know, whether it's golf clubs that you're thinking about getting, what you've been looking at online, then drop a comment in the YouTube box that you're viewing this on at the moment. If you could subscribe to the channel as well, I'd be really, really grateful. It just helps to boost the progress of our little channel we're trying to make up here, and give us a thumbs up if you like the content. Obviously there's further bits down in the newsletter for you to take part in your back garden whilst we're stuck at home, but obviously some other bits and bobs from the golfing world that will hopefully keep your interest going. So again, hope you're well, hope you're safe, and yeah, please give us any feedback on what you like or don't like about the newsletter, and we'll hopefully see you soon. Many thanks.
Morning golfers, and welcome back to this week's series of course management advice. And here I am in our driving net at the club, and I'd like to ask you all honestly, how many of you actually spend time in this area before you tee off? Now, a lot of people tend to turn up, go straight to the first tee, at best hit a couple of chips around the green, and rush onto the tee having not made a golf swing probably since the last time they played. Now, I'm not saying you've got to spend half an hour in this net even. What I would do if I was pushed for time, at worst I'd come in, I'd hit 3 or 4 wedge shots into the net, 3 or 4 7-irons, 5-irons, and then try and hit 3 or 4 drivers, because that's the club I'm going to use when I first tee off obviously on the first hole. So literally within 5 minutes, 10 minutes max, you're fully warmed up and ready to go and hit a golf shot, and actually can then start to imagine hitting a good golf shot rather than actually thinking, where the heck is this going to go? So this is the place we start. Let's make sure we get it right here, and then we can move to the golf course. So fully warmed up, here we are down on our 4th tee, taking off from where we left off on the 3rd in last week's course management program. So when we stand on this tee, I think we all tend to fall asleep a little bit sometimes, because it's the first breather we've got out of the wind for 3 holes. We stand back on this shoot of a tee shot amongst the trees here, and can very quickly ignore how much wind is about. So the tip is normally to either take a look at the tops of the trees around you, or if there's a few clouds about, let's make sure we pay attention to which way it's blowing. Normally it'll be off the left, and with the slope of the fairway running left to right, we really need to hit this tee shot up to the left. First of all, making a decision, can we make it on in 2? If we can't, we're making it in 3. So let's make sure we get there in 3 again. Loads of room left. Let's hit a club that we can hit up to the left hand side there, aiming at the trees, making sure that at 250, 240, 250 yards away, we simply can't get there. So if you can hit your driver that far but you can't quite get on in 2, let's make sure we maybe hit 3 wood or 5 wood, keep short of that, keep it in play, keep it out of those bunkers that we can see, and then we can assure ourselves of not making silly bogeys by trying to be too aggressive off the tee. Driver isn't always the choice. If you are long enough to hit a tee shot far enough to allow you to get on in 2, well, then we've got to make sure we try and carry these bunkers that we can see. The ideal shot, especially with the prevailing wind off the left, is a little faded shot from the left, again up towards the trees, peeling away, and if we're really lucky and really sneaky, we can land with our ball running in the direction of the slope of the fairway, therefore pinching a few extra yards and making it very, very possible for us to just about creep onto this green in 2. So let's go and take a look at the second shot and see what we do from there. So here we are on the second shot where our tee shot's finished. We've managed to avoid the trees on the left behind me. and we've missed the bunkers down on the right here. Leaves us a second shot to the green, so we're definitely going to be laying up. And in the distance there, we can see the plateau. Even with today's the wind direction, that's going to be a long second hit. So the things to look out for here is ball being beneath our feet. A lot of people ignore is going to massively cause us to fade the ball, hit the ball left to right. So we need to make sure we aim up left side of the golf course, keeping away from the out of bounds on the right hand side. If we can get to the plateau, or if the wind direction was slightly more helping today, that would be obviously ideal. But bear in mind, not only with the ball beneath our feet does it cause us to fade, but the land running along here really does kick our ball hard left to right. So let's keep it way up towards the left along the tree line, let the ball kick in. If we're long enough to get on the plateau, then great, because that gives us a nice flat lie. If not, it leaves us a third, probably around about 120, 130 yards into the green, and we can go and identify our new layout of the hole with a run off to the left. So a bank on the left, and just kick back in now. So let's see what that looks like. So here we are, we've got our second shot, about 130 yards short of the green. What we can start to see now, which I'm very excited to go and have a closer look at, is the new layout of the entrance to the green. We can see on the left hand side now our runoff area, as opposed to a big bank kicking us back into the green. So that's going to really change people's attitudes towards how they play this third shot, or how they run their second shot in if they're long enough. So as I back away from the green back to where the golf ball is, same basics apply. Ball's beneath our feet. It's really going to cause us to fade the shot over to the left. So naturally in the past we'd have aimed at that left hand side and allowed the ball to kick in off the grass bunker. But now we obviously can't do that. If we bail out left, we're going to kick it even further away from the green. So it's going to force us to aim more at the green, but let's still keep it to the left side of the green, allowing that ball being beneath our feet to naturally fade the ball back to the centre of the green, and hopefully giving us a chance for a birdie putt, or on par maybe net birdie. Let's go and have a close look at this this left hand side of the green now. And as I said, if you were going for the green in two, after hitting a cracking tee shot, it's going to be really important to see quite how this affects our shot into the green. So just to try and give you some really good feedback on the left side of the hole here, you can see as I walk up, I'm about 50 yards short, the big difference, the big impact it's going to have on people's attitude towards playing this hole. As we said, it is now a rolled off area. It's going to leave a fun chip, and if we grow this this grass up a little bit on the bank here, which you can see is knitting in really nicely already, looking beautifully green and lush. But if we were to finish kind of up here, that's going to leave us with a flag cut just off the left side on the middle of the green there. That's going to leave us a pretty tough little flop shot, quite a long carry, but at the same time it's going to leave us a shot that's going to have to land very, very softly, otherwise straight away we're going to be 15-20 foot past. Again, yeah, not a bad place to bail out if we have got there in two, if you're lucky enough to hit it far enough. Then you could argue it's not a bad place to be. It depends on, I guess, on what length we grow this this hollow up into. But yeah, certainly playing half a shot, quarter of a shot harder, especially if you're going for it in two. If you are playing it in three, then I guess hopefully you'd be aiming more at the centre of the green anyway from that point of view, because you'd be close enough to take on the flag. But bailing out left would be normally the thing, because obviously your ball's fading to the right as we play the hole. So yeah, looking forward to playing this. It's going to be great. For those of you that play the course quite often, I just thought I'd show you from about
my 10, 12 foot onto the green from the left edge, quite how steep that bank is when you come to playing that flop shot back onto the green. So yeah, it really is a great change by Rob and his team, and yeah, it's going to be great fun playing it. Look forward to it. So we made our way onto the 5th hole. Hopefully by now you've built a bit of a score up, because this is where the golf course really starts to bite, and especially on the 5th tee today, we're straight into a northeasterly wind that's gusting, I'm guessing 30 miles an hour, so 190 yards to a relatively small green in the distance there that you can see. It is a real challenge today. It's pretty self-explanatory, but when I see people play this hole, when I'm playing with people, I see far too many people coming up short and short right, when we've got, you know, if you've got a shot again, let's try and make sure we use it. A 4-net 3 on this hole really isn't anything to be ashamed of, but mostly people try and be the superstar hero here and hit straight onto the middle of the green. You can see the bank on the left hand side there by the bunker. Anything inside of that bunker, or even over the top of that bunker, kicking in right to the green, especially as it's drying out now, is a great shot. Never ever get carried away and try and hit a shot straight at the flag. So here we are walking down the path towards the 5th green. Thought I'd show you this lovely bit of gorse we found on the way down the path here. Also just showing you again what the greenkeepers have done work wise whilst we haven't been playing the course, unfortunately. As we pan over, we can start to see as we walk down the spoil that's been taken out of, mainly from the left hand side of the 4th, and the roll-off area that we showed you earlier has been placed down the right hand side here. So rather than fighting away with your buggy or your trolley trying to get across the sloping bank now, hope you can hear me through this wind, we've now got a nice little plateau, if you like, that we can walk along, ride along, making it a much easier venture towards the green, or even a parking spot for those in a buggy, and can walk the 50 yards on towards the green. Okay, let's move on to the 6th. So as we walk towards the 6th tee, you can see another bit of addition we're making to the golf course here. The back of the 6th tee was gradually getting eroded by people's paths, if you like, to the next tee, whether it be by foot or with trolley. So what we've done, similar to the 5th, we've built a little route for people to follow, helping us helping defend the tee against any more further erosion. Obviously it's not quite finished yet, but you can start to see where it's leading to, and how it's really going to make a nice little addition to the hole. So as we walk through there, we start to look towards playing the 6th hole, and as we stand on the kind of middle tee of the hole, if you like, hopefully you can see, if I stand square to the tee line, it pretty much points me straight off towards the trees in the distance there. I see so many people cart it off or push it off into those trees off the tee, not because they necessarily made a bad golf swing, but simply because that's where it's aiming us. So again, always start aligning yourself on a tee block, and specifically today the 6th, by picking your spot in the distance. Unfortunately the pole has been taken down at the moment, but pick your spot, bring that line back down to the tee, and then align yourself parallel to that chosen line you've taken. That should really help us start the ball further left. As I say, most people's misses here are to the right, and I think mainly because the alignment of the tee block causes that to happen. I think also, the only thing I think I'd really sort of worry about on this tee shot is people tend to get beaten up by the view of the hill in front of them, and they tend to try and actually lift the ball up into the air. My extra advice on this would be, if anything,
try and make sure, because of that tendency, that you actually make sure you get to the bottom of the T-peg on this swing. Try and forget the hill is there. Make your normal swing that you would on the practice ground. Get to the bottom of the T-peg, get the ball up the club face, and the loft of the club face will easily get you above this hill all day long. So the slope of the fairway, once we get to the top of the hill, we'll see, obviously slopes right to left, kicks the ball to the left slightly, which is really where you want to approach the green from. And we'll go and have a quick look at that now to see some choices that we need to make before we hit that second shot. So here we are after our medium length tee shot off the 6th tee. It's leaving us about 230 yards into the green, which today with the northeast wind is playing relatively short. Normally the wind would be into off the right and would probably make the green, for most people, unreachable. So what we need to try and do is make sure we lay up correctly to give us a third shot into the green, for most people, that is relatively easy. What we don't want to do is miss it in this fairway bunker we can see in front of us, and we don't want to miss it down to the left side there, just short left of that greenside bunker, because that's going to leave a really tough long shot up onto the green and the ball running away from us out of control. The shot for laying up really is up at the hut in the distance there. Maybe with the lie we've got, hybrid, 7-wood, 5-wood, something along those lines. If we can get the shot within 100 yards of the green, it gives us a real good chance of getting the third somewhere in the middle of the centre of the green, 2-putting for our 5-net 4 and get out. Even as a scratch player here, 5 at the end of the day is really not a bad score. It's one of our toughest holes on the golf course, and really to be respected. If we can get through here in any form close to a net par, then we're really keeping the momentum in our round, and that will take us through the first third of the golf course. And if we're anywhere near kind of level par or better, then that's really where we'd like to be, because the next third and the last part of the golf course really does become much more difficult, and so therefore we need to build up quite a good score, a bit of advantage on the scorecard at this point during our round so far. So let's go up and have a look at this, where this third shot's going to finish and what it leaves us, and where we should hit that third shot into the green. So here we are, looking back to where we've just come from our tee shot. We've hit a good second shot, pretty much got it where we want it. About 50-60 yards short of the front edge of the green. Looking pretty much straight down the green with no real obstacles in front of us. We can play any shot we like from here. So if you don't like the lob shot, we can play the bump and run. Or if you like the lob shot, and if the pin's cut in the middle or back of the green, we can pitch it down onto the flat there and let the ball just roll out nicely to the flag itself. We've obviously come up short of the greenside bunker, which was part of our layout tactics. And we've missed the fairway bunker on the left there. And we're just inside the grass bunker on the right. Things to look out for as we play this shot, as it does run, especially as we're drying out, it does run particularly fast into the green. So anything going over this front edge, whether it's your second shot or your third shot, we can just get it very small amount of pace on the back of the ball entering this green. Again, 5's never a bad score, especially if you've got a shot. If you have gone for it in 2, which you should have done today with if you're a reasonable length hitter, the thing we've got to try and look out for is missing it. We want to miss it right, because going left is a bit makes it very difficult up and down, but going long right is almost more difficult to try and get up and down. So to me, I'm always looking to try and get it on that front right corner and play from there. It's generally a lot easier to take 2 more from there and make the par than either left or right. Okay, that takes us to the end of the 6th hole. I hope you've enjoyed the first 6 holes of the course management program we've been doing.
Again, it's pretty hard to do without hitting a golf ball or demonstrating any shots, but I'll try my best to give my thoughts on where we should and where we shouldn't be, and hopefully show you a few extra little bits of the golf course that are probably missing out on at the moment. Missing dearly. I think the addition of the fourth that we showed earlier is going to be a real good addition to the golf course. And here I am. Just thought I'd show you this on the way back up to the clubhouse. You can see we're doing everything we can to, in this dry patch that we're having, to keep the fairways nicely irrigated. You can see this self-sprinkling machine behind us on a bit of rope gradually right down the fairway here. As you can see, because of that, the fairways will look back towards the tee. Very lush indeed. So again, every single bit we can do to make the golf course look perfect for you when we get back has been done, and we'll see you soon.